So I work with organizations on their sales process and marketing process, and I'm of the mind that effective sales is value communication. And if you're doing the sale process and you're selling cyber and people are buying, but they don't understand what it is that they've bought, it's negligence, in my opinion. Or maybe negligence isn't the right word. Let me be careful.
Sure,
It's poor sales practice. It's low ethics sales practice, and it may
sure,
not be intended to be right.
sure.
They're not intended to go out and scamming. But if you're selling something and somebody's buying, you've got to make sure, as the seller, that your customer is going to be taken care of and happy with what they've bought.
It's
So
they are
go
all that
ahead.
way, Zach. I think that's something important. It's not, I don't think it's the ethics part. I don't know that I agree with that. I think, I mean, I get your point, but I think it's more of a, I have an opportunity and I'm going to adjust whatever it is that I'm selling until they're happy with the price tag
Right.
instead of this is the baseline minimum that I'm comfortable with that
Yeah.
I have defined, and you can choose to come on board at this level or higher, but anything below this line, we're not the right fit for you. And I think that's where I would say, to your point, of it starts to get into that blurry area of ethics, because if you're willing to compromise and go below that bar for that particular prospect just to get the check, well, the world around you is not that forgiving anymore. So good luck with that, and I hope it doesn't burn because I think it's going to burn pretty bad.
And if your client is ignorant, it's one thing if the client is educate in an educated way making the decision. But if the client is making the decision and you're guiding them towards a decision that may not be sufficient just to get the sale, that's where I think there's an ethics issue.
Agreed. And I think we're on the same page with that. I think it was more of like the sales guy and bad ethics. And I think it's more of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Right.
bad ethics isn't, to your point, it's not necessarily even intentional. And I think that's what comes back to you as an organization. If you're starting your MSP today or whatever it might be, you need to define this before you start because, yes, you're going to be very discouraged if everything you try to do, no one wants at the line or above. You may have to reevaluate what it is that you're positioning.